Are you struggling to find the ADO.NET Entity Data Model template in Visual Studio 2017? You're not alone. Many developers face this issue, and today we're going to help you solve it. I totally get how frustrating it can be when you're ready to dive into your project, but a missing template stands in your way. It's like preparing for a big presentation and realizing your slides are gone. You're definitely not the only one experiencing this. Here's the situation. One user reached out saying they couldn't find the ADO.NET Entity Data Model template while trying to create an ASP.NET MVC web application in Visual Studio 2017. They mentioned trying several solutions, but nothing worked. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what could be causing this missing template? It might be due to installation issues, version conflicts, or even the presence of multiple Visual Studio versions on your machine. Let's break it down step by step. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip that could prevent this issue from happening again in the future. To begin resolving the issue, the user should ensure that they have the correct version of Visual Studio installed. Specifically, they need to check if the Visual Studio 2017 installation includes the necessary components for Entity Framework. Next, the user should repair their Visual Studio installation. This can help restore any missing templates or components that may have been inadvertently removed. After repairing, the user should restart Visual Studio and create a new project again. They should navigate to the Data Template folder to check if the ADO.NET Entity Data Model template is now available. If the template is still missing, the user can manually install the Entity Framework tools. This can be done through the Visual Studio Extensions and Updates menu. Finally, if the user continues to experience issues, they may consider uninstalling and reinstalling Visual Studio 2017. This can ensure a clean installation and resolve any persistent problems. Fun fact: did you know that the first version of Visual Studio was released in 1997? It's come a long way since then, but sometimes it still has its quirks. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution to the problem is to modify Visual Studio 2017. First, go to your control panel and select Programs and Features. Then, find Microsoft Visual Studio 2017. Right-click on it and choose the Change option. This will open the Visual Studio Products window. Click on the Modify button, and in the Web and Cloud section, make sure to tick the ASP.NET and Web Development workload. Finally, launch Visual Studio 2017 again. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. One user faced the same issue in Visual Studio 2017 Community Edition. They tried several solutions, including installing SQL Server data tools and NuGet libraries, but nothing worked. Ultimately, they discovered that they had targeted the wrong framework. Switching from .NET Standard to .NET Framework resolved the problem for them. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative solution from another user suggests that if you're not seeing the ADO.NET Entity Data Model template, it might be because you're using a .NET Core project. They recommend switching to a .NET Framework project instead. This way, you'll find all the necessary templates under the Data tab. That's all for that response. Let's see what someone else had to say. One alternative solution suggests that your Entity Framework tools might be missing. To resolve this, you should run the installer again and select the Entity Framework Tools package to ensure you have the necessary options available in your project. Now let's see a response from a different user. One user found a solution by changing the target framework of their project. They had it set to version 2.0, but after switching it to 4.5, they were able to see the ADO.NET Entity Data Model template. Here's a quick tip. After making changes or updates, always restart Visual Studio. This simple step can often resolve many issues, including missing templates. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to find the ADO.NET Entity Data Model template in Visual Studio 2017. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more troubleshooting tips, and remember to keep your software updated.